Hey guys, my name is Victoria and today we will be making Expos Boards. Now, for those of you who think that just printing out internet images and slapping them on a board is enough to make posters, you're wrong. But don't worry, for I will show you the proper mesquite way of doing Expos. So, let's get it started. The ingredients we'll be using today include construction paper, rubber cement, or a hot glue gun, glue stick, Scotch tape, a pair of scissors, magnetic tape, Velcro, lamination, and whatever else you may find useful in your poster board making process. Let's first talk about lamination. Now, there are two types of lamination. There is soft lamination, which tends to be bendy, and then there's harder lamination, which still does bend, but not as much. If you still can't tell the difference between the two, one makes this sound, and the other, doesn't. I tend to go for more softer lamination because generally it just looks more clearer when placed on a board. And also it's easier to work with, especially when it comes to cutting. Hard lamination is a pain to cut. You get soft lamination at any office store, so like Staples or Office Max. And what you need to do is that you need to get a lot of material for them to laminate, and so that they use the roll of lamination rather than just the square sheets that they usually have in store. You typically want to laminate things that you know you're going to move around on your board. So for example, on this board I was pretty lazy and didn't want to spend money laminating this. But because I chose to do that, whenever I move this around I have to be really careful and so that I don't rip this poor little speech bubble. Laminating helps protect your paper from being ripped, getting soaked with water, or getting affected by any other force of nature out there in the Expos world. So moving on to magnetic tape and Velcro, these are the most vital pieces to your Expos boards. Now there's a certain decision you have to make in regards to whether you're going to go with the magnets or the Velcro. Here's how you can tell which one you use and which one you don't use. Let's move over there to discuss further.
Hey guys, I'm back. I'm wearing a different shirt, but don't worry about it. Now here on this Expos board, we have a hidden Mario. It is connected via entirely by magnets. Wow, just look how easily I can take it off. But the problem is when I want to flip the board or shake it, it could fall off. Now, what will I do? Aha! Use a Velcro. Now with Velcro, I can just stick it onto the board like so. And now when I try to shake it or flip it, I have no worries about it falling off. Hence, this shows the differences between a Velcro and a magnet.
The next items we have on the list are rubber cement or a hot glue gun and a glue stick.
While I understand that it is tempting to use Elmer school glue, don't. Even if it means you'll have to take money out of your wallet, try to stick with a glue stick, mainly because of the risks that come with using school glue. If you look at this hello and notice the little smear marks here, that is because I tried using Elmer school glue and I messed up and then I tried to smear it off, but that was probably just my fault. But it just ends up in a mess, so don't use it.
Another reason why I don't recommend Elmer school glue or any kind of school glue brand is because it causes for the papers on your board to have this bumpy texture, because apparently it doesn't want to smooth out despite the fact that you flatten it out with both hands. And thus overall it doesn't give a very appealing visual effect to the audience or judges, so just stick with a glue stick.
That was a pun.
The rules for these are simple. Glue stick for paper, hot glue gun or rubber cement for lamination. Trust me, just stick with it.
Ha! That was so funny. Now, let's move on to the next item.
Scotch tape.
For this demonstration, I will be using a whiteboard. Now, for whatever reason you may have, say you wish to place a piece of string on your Expos board. You try to use a glue stick and you end up with this mess. Now take note of how little surface area of the string is actually sticking to the board. Because of this, the forces of gravity will counteract it and thus cause the string to fall down. But when attached to the piece of tape, the string's surface area actually increases significantly, thus counteracting the forces of gravity, making it so secure. Now remember, when using this technique, be sure to cover it up with something like construction paper. This serves to add to the overall visual appeal of your boards.
And then finally we have construction paper and scissors. I know not all of us are great at drawing, but in my opinion, I think Expos boards look so much better when there are hand-drawn things on it rather than printed out images from the internet. And if you're still not convinced to draw your boards out due to laziness or supposed lack of talent, then at least hand draw your title board, so you'll make a great first impression to the judges. Now I know I went overboard personally with my Exposes when I drew everything, but still, it adds a personal touch. I'm back, and I also changed shirts, but that's okay. Now that we know our list of ingredients and what they are used for, let's put them all together.
Alright, ready to pop it into the oven. And wow! It looks so pretty!
And that's how you create Expos boards, or at least I've covered the material side of things. For the rest of the video, I'll be showing you demonstrations of what I've done to my boards for the past few years, in order to get those creative juices flowing.